All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory that's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and others of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings, salutations to all the hopeful like Akim, serving the truth, righteousness, and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, giving all diligence to make your calling and election sure. All right, and real quick, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Shem Yahshua, I wanted to bring this out. This was shared by Detroit News page on Instagram. And then it says Michigan Sheriff's Office says they can't afford gas, limiting response calls. Isabella County Sheriff's Office is feeling the pain at the pump as well. We have exhausted the funds we're budgeted for fuel with several months to go before the budget reset. I have instructed the deputies to attempt to manage whatever calls are acceptable over the phone. This would be non-in-progress calls, non-life-threatening calls, calls that do not require evidence collection or documentation. Deputies will continue to provide patrols to all areas of the county. They will respond to those calls that need to be managed in person. Any call that is in progress, with active suspects will involve a response by the deputies. I want to assure the community that safety is our primary goal, and we will continue to respond to those types of calls. All right, so pretty much, man, and this is just foreshadowing what's to come. There's gonna come a time, man, where there's gonna be lawlessness out here, and for women in particular, because that's normally who uses Esau's police system. It's women, man. They love to call the police. Women and races as Edomites. This second Ezra is 14:14. It says, "Let go from the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature." And the Lord telling you, telling us, this goes for me too, man, because I got stuff going on too. He says, "Let go from your mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature." So the Lord's telling us to put it all off. It says, "And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times." So yeah, man, the Lord's telling you, like, man, the way you flee from these times is to tap in with the Lord, get in the spirit, get built up in the spirit, man, so you can learn the things that you can expect in the times that are to come. It says, "For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter." Now imagine, man, you're calling the police, man, but for whatever thing you calling the police for, it's not inactive. It's not happening as you're calling. So if you call the police, man, and someone's not actually breaking into your house as it's happening, they're not coming. As you're calling, they're not coming. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna come a time where there's not gonna be any police out here, man, to police. All right, and this gives me the thought, the remembrance of this one scene from that movie World War Z, where the guy, what's his name, man? Not Tom Cruise, the other guy, man, who played Mr. and Mrs. Smith. He's in the grocery store, and all hell's breaking loose, and a cop comes in and he's running towards him. He thinks that he's about to arrest him, but the cop runs right past him and starts grabbing like baby stuff, baby food for his family. So you gotta remember, these cops, man, they're people too, man. There's gonna come a time where there ain't gonna be no cops out here to police anything, man. Brothers here in Detroit, we like to go and hang out downtown, have drinks, walk through the city, and just enjoy the night, and a lot of the cops that are on foot down there, they're all children, man. They're kids. Fresh out of high school, 18, 19, 20. When you look at them and you talk to them, you might see someone you went to school with. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, it's just going to be all bad, man. It's going to be all bad, man. And this is just foreshadowing what's to come. All right, this is Isaiah 24:10. It says the city of confusion is broken down. That's about Babylon. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. Yeah, man, it's not gonna be any happiness and partying going on out here. Nobody's gonna be downtown having a good time in those days. It says, and the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. Yeah, man, there's gonna be cars and shit on fire, houses tore up. People that are gonna be ransacking people's houses. You know, stealing their food, whatever they can get. You know, there ain't gonna be no police out here to protect you. You know, for people who depend on that sort of thing. Or for women who abuse that sort of thing. Because you got women, man, who will call the police at the drop of a dime, you know, just to see a man suffer. You know, you got Edomites, man, who call the police for the pettiest stuff, man. You know, yeah, there's a black guy in my neighborhood in a white van, and then the police get there and he fucking works for Amazon. He's delivering, and they're calling the police just because he's black. You know, stupid stuff like that, man. All right, let's keep going. The 2nd Ezra 15:16. It says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor their princes. Yeah, man, there's going to be sedition among men and invading one another. They're not going to regard the government, all right? They're not going to regard the mayors, okay, the Congress. They're not going to regard the police. They're not going to care. You know, you're going to have the police partaking in some of this stuff, man. You know, in that day, everybody's going to be put on an even playing field. It says they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So whatever people are going to want to do in those days, man, they're going to do it, man. Okay, in the course of their actions, whatever they do is going to stand in however much power they have. All right, so you might have a bunch of cops who work on a force together, but secretly they have a militia that they formed. You know, for when the time comes, man, you know, they're gonna be a little militia when all hell breaks loose and shit. You know, and those same cops who was patrolling the streets and who promised to serve and protect, man, they're gonna be running around looting and taking stuff, man. You know, it says a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So yeah, man, for the pride of America, Americans are prideful as hell, man. You know, this is like top notch pride. You know, it don't get no worse than America, man. You know, it says a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Right now, man, you see cops do stuff like take advantage of the little power they have with their badge. You know, running red lights, turning their lights on just so they don't have to be in traffic. You know, pulling people over or tailing you and following you all the way home until you pull up into your driveway, and then pulling off and doing shit like that, man. You know, in that day, man, ain't no cop gonna want to be. Man, listen, there's gonna be lawlessness, man. It would behoove anyone who is a cop not even to wear their credentials, man, because you're gonna be a target, man. Because people hate cops. You know, and that's a well-known fact. You know, people hate cops. You know, I'm not saying that I hate cops. I said that people hate cops. You know, because you know Esau likes to use technicalities and stuff, man. But yeah, man. So with that being said, real quick through the spirit, real quick video. Lord's willing, it was edifying. And shalom.